I have to say, this is one of the nicest album covers that I've seen this year so far, with the vibrant green and the deep purple. I'm just surprised that he's not the Joker. Hey there, welcome back to True North Reviews. My name is Ryan, and today we are discussing the new Adam Lambert album, Velvet. This is the fourth studio album from the American Idol singer, who is obviously American. Living in 2020, looking back on his days of fame, it feels a lot longer than it really has been. Adam, based on the charts alone, is one of the forgotten pop stars of the late 2000s, early 2010s. As you might recall, he had massive hits from the year 2010 with If I Had You and What Do You Want From Me. I heard those all over pop radio when I was back in elementary school, believe it or not. And as quickly as Adam Lambert hit the charts, he's kind of disappeared since. Yes, Lambert tried to make a resurgence with his 2015 album, The Original High. The song Ghost Town peaked at number 64 on the Billboard charts. But I guess Lambert's claim to fame at this point was the fact that he joined Queen in 2011. I guess he disappeared to a great place because Queen, in my opinion, like many other people would agree with me, are an awesome band, and yeah, they suit Adam's extravagant voice very well. Or should I say Adam's voice suits them really well, because Freddie Mercury can't be replaced. Now, talking about the album Velvet, though, Adam and his backing band honed the sounds of funk, rock, disco, and glam rock, definitely feeling like a retro vibe kind of release. A bit less on the glamour side of things and a bit more on the soulful and funky end. Look, Velvet still has the vocal range of Lambert on display. It just feels like more of an exercise of 70s disco and funk. The way I was first introduced to this album was with the single Roses featuring Nile Rodgers, and it best demonstrates the electronic feel of this record. Honestly, Roses could have easily slipped onto the Random Access Memories album by Daft Punk as like some kind of bonus track. That's not a negative, by the way, because I love the hot and humid strumming to the guitar and the smooth and sexy groove. Of course, Adam, being as versatile as he is, he can match that same kind of seductive tone. So yeah, Roses just ends up being this sleek and steamy tune, quite saucy. Yeah, the sibilants, eh? Older singles on Velvet were put out much earlier than this album's release date. These two tracks are entitled Feel Something and New Eyes, the former of which is a minimally supported track. It dazzles, it showcases Lambert's beautiful voice. I would also say it's the best ballad on the project without a doubt. The latter, New Eyes, it's okay. I've definitely heard better and more memorable pop tunes, but it's still serviceable for the vision of this album. Now, talking about that vision, establishing it, we get that on the intro and title track Velvet. We obviously have to have that first lyric setting the tone too, as Adam is wanting to do this throwback to remind him how to fall in love again. A super great opener, along with a handful of great tracks to open this album, really. The second cut, Superpower, is like this anti-discrimination tune with the super groovy, almost grimy bass line. It has the tried and true chord progression, faint harmonics on the guitar, and a shade of soulful vocals towards the back half of the tune. We can't forget about that showy guitar solo at the end of the song too. It might have been inspired by Lambert's collaboration with Queen. Another track towards the beginning of this album that gets it off on the right foot is Loverboy. For this one, I like the danceable feel to the track. Again, it's very funky. We have a subtle cowbell in there. The vocal hook, yeah, it's exaggerated, which erects itself taller than the CN Tower. I think it's suitable for the track, though. Even later on Velvet, Adam saves some gems of songs, namely with Ready to Run. This track has a guitar-led chorus, which provides the sticky melody for the song, but I absolutely can't get enough of the coolness that this track is radiating. I feel like I could be Tobey Maguire from Spider-Man 3, walking down the street with my collar popped, and I'm just making all those ladies cringe. Typical day for me, I guess. Self-deprecation, whatever. Moving on from there, though, On the Moon even puts you in a spellbind, as it's one of the vocal highlights on this project for Adam's unrestricted vocal range. He definitely flaunts his talent here. Now, that being said, Velvet is not without its sore spots. Some tracks might run thin here or there, just having either run-of-the-mill kind of instrumentals or just weaker tunes. The song Closer to You is acting like this flat and generic piano ballad full of lyrical cliches, which I kind of have to admit, that does kneecap Adam's performance. and it is a true spectacle to behold, just like how great his vocals are. It's just a shame that the tune and the instrumental are average, because this song was begging for way more attention. Unfortunately, even the muted guitar outro can't save this track from the middling listening experience. I guess outside of that, some tracks spice things up with the instrumental. I think of Love Don't. This one has a weird instrumental in the chorus, a little claustrophobic. I also think of the tune Comin In Hot, which is off the beaten path with its instrumental. It's just the production is a little too odd for my liking. The tune could have been okay, I guess, but the performance and the production, they just rub me the wrong way. Also just feels short and incomplete as well. A little better, maybe one of the stronger tracks, at least out of the weaker of the bunch on Velvet, I would say, is Overglow. This time I don't have any complaints about the production. I like the instrumental. I like how the bass cuts through with some actual teeth this time. I love the dynamic nature of the instrumental too. It grows and throws in some auxiliary percussion in the second verse. And shockingly enough, Butch Walker finally impresses me with a new pop tune, so maybe he should just stick to pop artists. Honestly, with the number of producers though that show up on this record and have their fingerprints all over, I would have expected more of an eclectic sound, but for the most part, Velvet has most of their songs meld together pretty well for a tight and consistent aesthetic. As much as Adam Lambert finished runner-up on American Idol, his career is still kicking and alive with this new record. As a talented vocalist, Adam explores and captivates his audience with slick and sultry funk on a decently cohesive record. The melodies might not knock your socks off, but there are a few good songs that I can take away from this. It won't be one of the greatest albums either, at least that's how I'm feeling right now. I would give it a strong 6 out of 10. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the new Adam Lambert record. Make sure to sound off down below in the comments to share your thoughts and opinions. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new in town. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a rockin' day.